You mentioned Trump. Wasn't he at a play recently near you, Jessica? Wasn't
A play. Shame on you. He was at Les Mis, Dan, and I mean, I don't want to make light of anything that this administration's doing because it's horrifying. But he was asked at the Kennedy Center if he was more of a Javert or a Valjean, and Donald Trump was like, "Oh, that's a good question. I don't know," and he didn't answer because he claims that he's seen Les Mis before, but he obviously hasn't because it's the easiest question in the world. I guess if you're like someone who actually still is pretending to be a good guy, because Javert is like the obsessed with this idea of like absolute justice, and he's this sadistic police inspector who's hell bent on bringing Valjean back to prison for violating his parole, even though all Valjean did was steal a loaf of bread, Dan, for his starving sister and her children, and then served 20 years in prison, and then went on to change his identity and live a life where he's seeking forgiveness and redemption through helping this young girl, Cosette, raising her after her mother Fantine died, after Valjean, as the mayor of the town, accidentally allowed her to be fired from her job by the horrible foreman. I mean, it's not a difficult question, right? It's not difficult who you want to at least pretend like you are if you're a Valjean or a Javert. That shouldn't be hard to answer.
Never seen it before. That was riveting.
Well,
Thank
but-
you. I
but-
feel
Don't
like
have
I've
to
seen it
anymore.
now.
I was backpedaling ever since her, what felt like rage to me on me merely saying that was a play. Like I felt like I'd offended her.
Dan, it's Les Mis. It's like one of the most famous musicals of all time, which, by the way, is based on the Victor Hugo novel about not the French Revolution, which is a common misconception. It's actually about the Paris Uprising in 1838, which was a group of people working class people who were upset with the monarchy and upset with inequality and injustice. And not the titular song, but like the crescendoing song of the musical, which is reprised at the end, is "Do You Hear the People Sing?" And our president watched that last night.